Everybody, this is Kurt with the Internet Time Machine. We have a great interview today for you with none other than Neil Patel. You may recognize the name from not only QuickSprout.com, but Kissmetrics. And if you haven't heard of Kissmetrics, it's an analytics program for your website that's able to do what Google Analytics does in a whole new way. So I'd like to welcome Neil. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Thanks for having me.
Great to have you. Now, tell the watchers of this video a little bit about what Kissmetrics does and why they should think of it in a different way from Google Analytics.
Sure. So with Kissmetrics, we're not trying to replace Google or Almich or any of the other analytics solutions out there. But what we do a lot better than any of those other solutions is funnel tracking. Right? So if you're trying to figure out how to maximize your conversions, make more money from your website, then Kissmetrics is a solution to use.
Okay, and is Kissmetrics a subscription-based, a one-time offer? Kind of how does the process work if people are interested in, stepping up and paying for a service?
Sure, it's a subscription-based service that starts at around $149 a month.
Okay, and right now, is there a certain size company or can individual users use it? Like is there any minimums as far as page views or where you'd say no to someone and yes to someone else?
The traffic is scalable on how much you can track, and companies of any size can use it.
Excellent, sounds good. Now, for the watchers that don't know, Neil had kind of a big deal out there on the internet, knows a lot about search engines, Google, and I was able to sit down with Neil at a dinner a few months ago in DC at a conference, and we discussed Now Relevant, which is our new search engine, and the comparisons to Google, and where search is headed on the internet. I found our conversation pretty fascinating, so I wanted to get Neil on the phone as well and say, over at the Internet Time Machine, Neil, we're seeing searches for niche search engines, if you would call them, that the internet is doubling in X days, and that Google right now is finding out that indexing this information and creating 10 to 20 chronological first place votes it's a tough thing to do. Search engine wise, do you think there's opportunity out there for new search engines, or are you convinced that people are happy with their search and that Google will have a stranglehold on this issue, say, for the next 3 to 5 years?
I don't think there's really a new opportunity for search. The reason being is whether someone comes out with a better search engine or not, people are already satisfied with Google. You can come out with a search engine that has a billion other features, but if people are already satisfied with Google and they feel that it's good enough, why would they end up switching?
I hear you. So it would come down to a satisfaction of the user, in your case, not being happy with Google that would cause a switch, because you're saying happiness is, the trail people follow, and if they're happy, there's no reason to change.
Exactly, you got that right.
So do you see the proliferation of blogs, web pages, and the amount of information, video out there, being a concern that even one major, we won't even use the word Google, but one major source could index it and present it to all users in an equal way, I'll call it. Would there ever be an opening for search engines to take some of those users that are looking like a Wolfram Alpha, the search engine, the math-based search engine that, for those that don't know, all about math. I mean, we're talking algebra, geometry, proofs. They created a search engine just for math, and it's actually got traction. Obviously, it's a very defined niche. What would it take for other niches, like a Now Relevant that shows you everything about the past 2 weeks, to start to bite into Google's core? Is it user satisfaction?
I think you can provide some user satisfaction with that kind of stuff, but I don't see the way to really take over Google with it. The reason being is, yes, you may use one of those search engines for specific searches, but they're not relevant for all types of searches. Google solves most searchers' problems really well for, let's say, 90+% of the searchers out there. Because of that, the majority of the people are always going to be using Google, and they are adapting, right? It just takes a while.
Let me ask you this. Now, web statistics show that 99% of the people say never go past a third page of a result. And we'll even call it up to 100%, let's say after 20 pages of results. We'll call it negligible zero. Why would Google then, knowing that no one statistically goes past the 20th page of a result, show you 4 million results, or 20,000 pages, which is just, you know, dividing by 10 because they put 10 on per page. Why is it in Google's self-interest to do that and present it to you in 2 seconds?
Because the people that are really, and you know, they may have a different motive, but my theory is some people actually do go past page 20, right? I do quite often, but I'm a bit rare because I'm a marketer, right? And my job is to see where pages rank. But the issue is by not having them, it may end up seeming that Google doesn't have a ton of data. By showing all 20 pages or 99 pages or whatever it may be, it shows that Google has a ton of information out there more than everyone else.
So it's a flexing of a muscle. It's saying we can give you everything written in the world in 2 seconds on any subject. That's kind of their like an internal motto or something that they would like people to believe.
Yeah, I can't speak for them, but that's my theory behind it.
Okay. Is there a financial reason that they would want that? Is that appealing? If no one, including, like, especially...
They're a smart company. I bet you they've tested having multiple pages and the impact it has on revenue. I'm pretty sure a company of that size who does a lot of multivariate testing and even has a, you know, A/B split testing type of product, tested something like that out.
I would agree with Neil 100% on that. They are a very smart company. They do test everything, and obviously being publicly traded, revenue is extremely important. I'm going to put Neil on the spot right here and give him a scenario and just get his opinion. If Google did something like this, let's say Google, the proper.com, showed you everything, let's say from the past 90 days, and then they took everything else and they created a new site called Google Archive, where maybe it took an extra 3 seconds. People wanted to do reports. They wanted to go back a year and kind of look at you know, how Obama got elected. What were the blogs saying? Say you're doing a research paper. What would your opinion be of that? If Google went to say 90 days only, and what it would mean to SEO optimization and companies that spend billions of dollars trying to get links, get higher rankings, when they knew in 90 days they were out no matter what. And would it be feasible to send people that want current information to Google and then just create google.archive.com and say anything past 90 days, knock yourself out?
Not necessarily, because not all searches are time-based searches. For example, let's say if I've never shaved before and I want to learn how to, and I Google how to shave, that video that was created 5 years ago may be the most relevant video and maybe the best video out there, right? Because shaving hasn't really changed over the past 5, 10, 20, 30 years, right? You still take a blade, you take some shaving cream, and boom, you know, you start taking off your hair, so...
Well, you just killed Gillette's marketing program for the last 10 years and all the extra blades they've been adding. I mean, you're kind of dropping a bomb on Gillette right now, but no, I understand what you're saying. That's a really good point. So depending on the type of search, if it's current, news, event-based, Neil's right, how to shave or the best way to wash your car. There might not be major advances in 5 years, you know, soap, water, maybe a new sponge comes out. So very interesting to hear, and if you want to keep listening or hearing about this, I'm going to go over the membership video right now and go to the Internet Time Machine. And if you did want to develop a search engine or what are the hot search engine ideas, I'm going to show you based on trends and worldwide logic what people are searching for with the word searches in it. And what I related to Neil at this dinner a few months back is I think we're at a point like internet dating was at 15, 20 years ago. And if you don't remember, Yahoo Personals was the monster out there. And at that time, no one could see the forest for the trees and say, we're fine, everybody's free, pictures. And then you look at the explosion. As it got so big, people wanted their categories like Christian dating, Indian dating, senior dating. Maybe you wanted you know, some type of area. And I think there's an opportunity, like a Now Relevant, like a Wolfgram Alpha, to find a search engine that could service a niche, build up a volume, and also maybe get advertising dollars in. So this project is not like the Facebook guys we talked about. This would require, I would guess, between $500,000 and probably $2 million, and that's on the low end to develop. But since we do counsel companies and we get hired to give VC companies and technology companies advice, it might be something you're interested in seeing, that if you could go back 20 years and be at the forefront of internet dating, about to start a site, a Match.com and eHarmony. Well, 20 years later, now that the internet's doubling so quickly, what if you could start a search engine? What kind of searches and search engines are people looking for? So take it over to the membership side. We'll have that video up for you. And I'd like to thank Neil Patel from Kissmetrics. Great new analytics program. And check out his blog, which is QuickSprout, is Neil's main blog. Sign up to be a follower on Facebook and tweet. His information is fantastic. He's always giving relevant stuff, new stuff, and he's kind of on the cutting edge. So Neil, thank you for being with us today, and we'll be talking soon.
Sounds good, yeah. Thank you for having me.
All right, thanks a lot.